Many years ago, there was a man by the name of Henry David Thoreau. Thoreau did something that most people would only dream of. He went completely off the grid and into the woods. He lived in a self-built cabin by a lake surrounded by trees. His main objective was to reconnect with himself and his life in a deeper way. He achieved this by walking, reading, writing, thinking, and sitting still while the trees and water moved around him. He quieted his mind, and all he could hear was the ambience of the woods. By focusing on himself and keeping to himself, he found true fulfillment. The powerful point of this is that the fulfillment that he found was created by himself and did not cost any money. And by focusing on himself, he did not feel lonely. This is the powerful purpose of mastering being alone. It's the art of creating fulfillment for ourselves and by ourselves. Let's face it though, what Thoreau did was not that practical. His story is an extreme way of practicing this, albeit a very effective way. Being alone can be very frightening. It can make us feel very lonely. But we have to remember that being alone and feeling lonely are two very different things. We can feel lonely even when we have groups of people around us. We can feel lonely when we are in a relationship. So don't confuse the two. We should shift our focus from feeling lonely to mastering being alone. Mastering being alone means being very comfortable by ourselves. It's not needing anyone to feel happy or anyone to have fun. Mastering being alone helps us ponder on who we are and what types of people we want in our lives. It helps us focus on what we need and want in life, allows us to make our own opinions and decisions, and finally gives us strength to develop ourselves. Creating fulfillment by being up by ourselves helps us become very high value, powerful, and strong individuals. Our goals of mastering being alone should be being calm in the presence of adversity, being able to receive and let go without attachment to others, and finally, getting our needs met by ourselves. Let's look at some actions we can start today to start our journey of being alone. We are constantly surrounded by noise, and most of this noise we hear comes from our minds. Silence helps us pay attention to our bodies, the ambience of the world, and quiets our mind even if it's just for a moment. This not only quiets our mind, but strengthens it when we face challenges in our life. I suggest setting aside at least 10 minutes every day to be silent. This can be done in many forms such as meditating, just sitting still, running, or my favorite, spending time outside. Whatever you choose, just be silent. You can listen to soothing music or guided meditations if you need assistance. Just focus on silencing your mind. This may be very difficult at first, but like any skill, it gets easier with practice. If you take anything from this video, it should be this. Honest journaling of our thoughts, feelings, and experiences can reveal ourselves to ourselves. It helps us learn about who we are and what we need in life. Start by writing out everything you want to achieve in life. Write about the times you felt empowered. Write a game plan. Write about what you won't tolerate anymore. You can literally write about anything you want. I'll add some of my go-to journal topics in the description down below, along with some pre-made journals that are great for beginners. Affirmations are a powerful tool to help install certain mindsets, thoughts, and beliefs into your minds. It's important to do this first thing when you wake up. Doing this helps you begin to think and feel like the person you want to become. To get started with this, just grab some flashcards and write down the beliefs or mindsets you want to start living by. Here are some of my examples. You can also write out your goals and put them in your deck of affirmations. It's important to be standing and moving when you repeat affirmations. It helps you put action into what you say. Some people find it effective to look in the mirror. I personally don't do this, just because I like to spring out of bed and wake up and start repeating affirmations. But you can look in the mirror if you feel like it helps you. You can start by doing just a couple of rounds right when you wake up. But I find it effective to repeat your affirmations at least 10 times in the morning. The very first video I made was on this topic, so go check out that video after this. It's important, however, that I repeat this, and I will repeat this over and over again. When we go on social media, all we see is snippets of other people's lives. We must realize that social media is a false reality. A lot of angles, editing, posing, and planning goes into each post we see on social media. It's very easy to compare ourselves to this. This is terrible for our self-confidence because we compare our life to someone else's perfect life. We never see the imperfections of that super hot girl or that ripped bodybuilder. I'm not suggesting that we stay off social media completely, but when we find ourselves comparing ourselves on social media, I suggest that we take a step back, close the app, and do something for ourselves. Doing things for yourself can improve your life. Comparing yourself to a false reality disconnects you from the reality right in front of you. Have you ever made plans with someone? You get very excited and then the day of, they cancel. This was one of the most frustrating things for me. But moving to a brand new city opened me up to making plans for myself, and if I choose to invite someone and they cancel, I don't care anymore because I'm still going and I'm still gonna have a good time. And doing this helps you let go of the need to control others and the attachment to people. It's simply better to understand that other people sometimes can't make it and not to let it bother you because you're going to have fun regardless. I suggest trying at least one of these this week or even today. Go to your favorite restaurant or one you've always wanted to go and do it by yourself. Go see that movie you've been wanting to see by yourself. Spend some time alone in nature, or try any activity you've always wanted to try by yourself. I can't lie, this might feel weird at first, but you'll start enjoying yourself the more and more you do it. It's hard to hide the fact that being alone can make us feel lonely at times, especially if we move to a new city, lose a friend, or lose a relationship. But mastering being alone can help us realize we can have fun and enjoy our lives without anyone. Not to say that it's not healthy to have a social circle, it very much is, but being strong enough to be alone and not have to worry about other people or having a lot of friends or having a relationship makes us very strong individuals and helps us value our own time. We have a very limited time in life, and waiting for someone to enjoy our time is wasting our time. Fulfillment starts with you.